Google. Let's go get him again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host Mark, and to any new faces to the channel, welcome to the channel. Today I am doing something a little different on my channel. I'm usually really deep into doing singular fragrance reviews, just focusing on one particular fragrance, but I'm changing things up a little bit today. I wanted to do something a little different on my channel. It seems like I've been doing those back-to-back reviews quite a bit. So I wanted to kind of sit down with a lot of sense and do this tag here. This is a tag video that I've seen around on YouTube, and I was motivated after seeing the video by Hannah from the channel Canadian Beauty Blog. This is mostly the female side of the reviewers that are doing this tag, but I saw my good friend Pep do one just recently, a few days back, and his channel is called The Sentinel. And he completed this tag and he did an absolute, like, he banged up job. So before we do anything, we do have to give props to the originator always. And it was Aisha from Simply Aisha. So I will tag all three of those channels, Hannah's, Pep's, and Aisha's, down below in the description if you want to go check them out. And they're all great channels. Support them. If you haven't subbed to them, go sub to them. They're all great content creators. And this tag is 13 questions, and you get to know me a little bit at the same time. I brought my friend here, George. This is my cactus that's on my desk in my fragrance room, and I do have a couple books beside me. That's what I'm currently reading at the moment, just to get to know me a little bit right here, not fragrance related, but absolutely love the Zen thing of having plants in the room, and of course reading a lot. So the first question was, what is your boss babe scent? Well, I don't have one. Now we're going to change it to inner CEO or something more appropriate for me, of course, but we all know what that question means. To me, and with every question, and especially with these tag videos, I overanalyze questions. What's the weather like? What am I going to be wearing? Am I going to be wearing a suit? Or what am I doing? Like, what is the message I want to convey? Am I going to be assertive, confident, masculine, in charge? That's my thought process when you're talking about inner CEO or your boss babe scent, we'll say. So there's no particular order to these. I have chosen more than one on every question. Hope that's okay. It's gonna prolong the video, but it's gonna really let you know, especially if you don't know me, you're gonna get to know me quite well right now. So we're gonna start it off with the big black bottle, and this is Creed's Green Irish Tweed. And I'm just gonna remind myself of my choices, if you don't mind. I'm just gonna put them on pieces of paper. Oh, and this one right here, and this is, put it right in the middle. Oh, you can't see him. There it is. Green Irish Tweed. Young me bought this, like really young me. Like, I mean, at the ripe age of, I think, 23 or 24. Like when I first started my YouTube channel back in 2009. So now you kind of know my age range. And and it was at that time the status symbol fragrance. Right when I was starting to get into niche, this was rich. This is what the symbol of rich was. Now, Aventus was not born back then. There was no Aventus. GIT was the top seller for the brand of Creed. And to some people, this smells like Cool Water, and they just basically wear Cool Water instead of this because, obviously, of the price tag. For me, I disagree. Cool Water does not hold. When I wear Cool Water, I don't feel like a boss. I feel like wearing just, you know, sweats with Cool Water. This one, I feel like the boss. It signifies class. It's versatile as a scent. And it's not just for spring. I can wear this in any season, any scenario, but mostly during the spring and early fall, this thing works so well. And it just signifies class to me, and it always did. And it's just because I think of that early time of young me. This reminded me of the boss would wear this, and yeah, he still does. I'm referring to myself. Now, the next one is Leather Oud from Christian Dior. And this one, okay, less classy than this. I'll tell you that right now. So let's spray this thing. Some people are going to cringe that I just sprayed this. or put this on my list. I'm going to put it right beside the GIT. Now, leather oud. Oh, if things aren't getting done at work or things are just not getting done, this is my let's get it done scent. This is the FU scent, pardon my French, je m'excuse. Everyone knows I'm here, I'm not playing around anymore. I'm wearing this scent, and the civet, the leather with the beeswax here with the spices are just to die for. It is really a daring scent. Not too many people would wear this. I'm one of those. Possibly the best thing Francois Demechy has ever created. It is his most potent, the most strong fragrance, and one of the most strong fragrances in my collection. And I remember I bought this on my trip to New York when I went to go see my fragrance friends from New York. Leather oud always will hold a special place in my heart because it was the first Privé Christian Dior that I purchased back in 2011 when I went to New York to see my fragrance friends. And when I went to the fragrance boutique, I was sold with that one. Next is from the House of Tom Ford, and this one, of course, Oud Wood Intense, a discontinued Tom Ford. They tend to do that. Tom Ford is a brand that, to me, and a lot of people don't see this, but I feel like it's classy. I absolutely love Tom Ford products, maybe older products, obviously, but I love the brand of Tom Ford. And this one right here, classy and woody like the original Oud Wood, but it has my familiar style because it has a little bit of animalic in it. It has a little growl to it to give it some edge. Oud Wood is a perfect, like if I said this is my scent, my inner CEO would be Oud Wood, I'd shake my own hand. I'd be like, yeah, great choice. There's castoreum in this, and it isn't big and bold like other scents that do have castoreum in them, but it's just enough. And it gives this one some of that edge. So, you know, you got your clean one with green Irish tweed, you know, your really more classy one, and then you want to amp it up a little bit, you wear Oud Wood Intense, so you got a little more of that masculine woodiness. And then if you really want to really go full on, leather oud from Dior is your best bet. So I have the trifecta here. Now let's move these to the side because I do, and I'm going to put them all behind George here because I do have honorable mentions. I'm not going to spray them. I'm not going to go full on like I did with the big three here. But these are honorable mentions that I would recommend if you're looking for something classy or something that has that, I feel like, assertiveness or that masculine, in charge, confident mood. And we're going back to Tom Ford, Grey Vetiver. This one, clean, upscale vetiver, not as rooty as too many vetivers. It really is like a gray suit. This goes perfect with a gray suit. I mean, perfect with a gray suit. Great for spring, great for fall. Just an awesome honorable mention to this list because I think it would be one of those. If I didn't have these, this would be top notch. Next is more into the leather oud section of things, a little more crazy here from Chanel, and this is something that Chanel hasn't done in a long while, and this is my really old bottle of Antaeus pour 81. This was created by Pudge and a great perfumier, but big, bold, daring. This is outside of the boardroom CEO for me. This is more of, you know, the boss is coming, like leather oud. Yeah, Antaeus is one of those. That's the scent. Not too many men dare wearing this at this point. Next is more classy. This is Dior Eau de Toilette. This is the 2011 edition here, class in a bottle. Maybe the classiest designer. Let me steal a sniff here. Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful. It's just high-end quality. Like, you don't get too many designers like Dior anymore. In this one, of course, the originator Dior, not that 2020 edition. No, that's junk. This is one of the best in the 2000s. Next, another honorable mention. I know I have a lot of honorable mentions. Jubilation 25. And my old, my really old little Juby bottle. This is the nose behind this, Bertrand de Chauffour, one of his best creations of all time. This is the creation, this is the fragrance that made me fall in love with the brand of Amouage. When snow hits the ground, this is just magic. If I want complexity, this is where I go for, you know, it is just screams purple, it screams royalty. That's basically what it is. When I think Amouage and royalty, this fragrance comes to mind. If you're new to my channel, I have a 40-minute full-on fragrance review on Jubilation 25, which I did several years ago. I rambled, but it was it's one of my staples, basically. And last but not least, from MDCI, this is Invention Barbare. And this is old money, old scent. It's just made to perfection. Invention Barbare, it could easily replace Green Irish Tweed has that classic feel to it. This would replace that. Now, I don't mean they smell alike. This is a lot of lavender, but old classic notes in this. It's just really well made. It really is that old world, like, look, Roman Empire. Yeah, like I would see the emperor wearing this. That's where I am with Invention Barbare. Great release. Now that question number 1 is done, and it took me forever to do it, let's move on to question number 2. Now, what is your go-to bedtime scent? And, well, with over 3,000 bottles in my collection, it's just a Rolodex at this point. As a fragrance reviewer, I'm always working on something, sampling, things like that. So many times I test at night. Others, it's just a feeling of what I want. A certain note I'm craving, a certain nose composition that I want to sniff. At this time, the go-to bedtime scent is very personal because it's a free-for-all that I can wear what I want, when I want, no boundaries. I sometimes go with the crazy stuff like leather oud. If I'm feeling for it, and I can't do it at work because, of course, I have to be mindful of others, but at home, in my bed, my own playground. It's my time. So, what do I wear? Well, that's just everything, basically. So I had to round it down. I rounded it down to 2, and I got a bunch of honorable mentions. But the first one is Le Male. And I've started my journey on Le Male. If you know me, you know this is my high school scent. This is probably that embossed bottled. Back in my teens, I was the man while everybody else was wearing like Swiss Army and Hugo Boss. I was wearing this kind of stuff. Now, my old staple. Now, it has vanilla and lavender, great notes to go to bed with. They really do relax you, vanilla and lavender. Funny, this used to be known as the clubbing scent. And if you're born, like in my generation, you know this used to be the clubbing scent. Now it's like, let's go to bed at 10 p.m. scent. This is definitely more of a personal choice, and this is what this video is all about, of course. It was my signature scent back in the day, and it has a very special place in my heart as a scent, because I feel like it's much more than what people say it is. Absolutely love Le Male. Next is Tea for Two by L'Artisan Parfumeur, my favorite tea-based scent of all time. And this one was discontinued, brought back. They were playing with our hearts with Tea for Two back in the old school YouTube days, and I'll back these up so you can actually see them. But Tea for Two, right now, in the fall and winter, this is just the ultimate tea-based scent. It's warm, it's comforting, good spice here. You have some tea, you have cinnamon, you have like a gingerbread kind of accord here. There's star anise, there's honey, among others. It's the ultimate bedtime scent, a hug in a bottle type of scent. Just, oh man, like during Christmas, Thanksgiving, like this is absolutely the best tea composition, and I own at least 2 dozen, maybe even more tea-based scents, and nothing comes close to it. Well, there's some that are close, but this is number 1, all day, every day, and I just launched that thing. So honorable mentions, and I'm not going to smell them as per usual, so let's try to run through those. Next is by Vagabond Prince. This is Enchanted Forest, the best blackcurrant scent of all time, juicy, purple hue. Bertrand de Chafour is also the nose behind this, of course, the creator of Jubilation 25. One of my favorite parfumiers of all time. This blackcurrant in this fragrance is absolutely stunning. Very hard to find these days online, but well worth the admission price. I would pay double of what they're asking, and they do ask a pretty penny for that one. So I'm going to move my 2 choices and kind of move these Enchanted Forest in here. My next honorable mention is from Uncle Serge. I don't think I can go without an Uncle Serge in this list. This one right here is 5 o'clock au gingembre, kind of Tea for Two-esque. Yeah, pretty much the same idea as far as comfort, hug in a bottle, just made by Christopher Sheldrake. And They don't smell alike, but oh, it's a great one, and it's in that top 5 on with the tea-based imagery. Beautiful, beautiful composition by Sheldrake. Next is Voyage by Hermès. The nose behind this is Jean-Claude Elena. This is known on my channel as the Travel Buddy. Travel Companion. Elena's a genius. It has tea in it. It has some green notes. It has some spices and some woods. Cardamom's the heavy spice in here. But just all the ingredients to put you to sleep. Just an easy to wear fragrance that if I want to just smell like something but not too potent, not too crazy, just something really safe and easy to go. Voyage by Hermès. Absolute stunner from Monsieur Elena. Next from Tom Ford is Effin' Fabulous. This is a scent that big, bold name, you know, crazy marketing, all that stuff. And all in all, it's a very pleasant, easy to wear scent. It has this really obnoxious name with not an obnoxious juice and kind of like a boring juice, but at the same time, the stuff inside here, almond, orris root, lavender, leather, tonka, just very calming. It really is gray like the sticker on here. It really gives me that gray feeling. Very smooth scent for such a shocking name from Tom Ford. An absolute stunner, Effin' Fabulous here from Tom Ford. My next honorable mention, another tea-based scent, is Bulgari's Eau Parfumée au Thé Vert, green tea base, and it is shocking that I have another Jean-Claude Elena in my list. No. Green tea, floral citruses with woods, just a well-balanced, unisex, calming tea base scents. I highly suggest this whole Bulgari tea line for you to sniff. They are found in the feminine aisle. I feel like a lot of them aren't readily available at shops, so you got to really look around, but that one right there from Elena, a great one. And last but not least, from Guerlain, this is L'Homme L'Eau, mint, lime, geranium. Discontinued, but just a great comforting scent. And this one is really great for these hot summer nights. Not that it's hot because it's climate controlled in my house, but yeah, this one right here, the frosted bottle and with the kind of like the green juice here, really just makes what this imagery is all about. Very vivid, beautiful fragrance for the nighttime. At my last honorable mention on this one. Question number 3 is, what is your hug in a bottle scent? Vanilla and tonka are probably some of the most comforting notes when done well for me. And one of the brands that does it the best is the brand of Guerlain. Comfort, warm, cozy, hug in a bottle. Let's start it off with Spiritueuse Double Vanille, the vanilla-based fragrance from Guerlain. This is my new bottle, my backup bottle for SDV. And this is by far the best vanilla-based fragrance on the market. By far. For me, simplistic vanilla now. Yeah, it just smells syrupy. It's so warm and comforting. It smells like vanilla extract in a bottle. But when it goes on your skin, it is so comforting and so inviting. It works so well on my skin. One of the best in the game. Talking about best in the game, let's go back to Guerlain, Tonka Imperial. Talking about best in class, well, the best tonka bean based fragrance on the market is this. Forget Fève Délicieuse, forget any other tonka based fragrance. This is the originator. This is the best in the game. These two are dangerous. It's sweet, yes, but oh, it gives you everything of the tonka bean. And you're thinking, like, maybe some people think tonka bean, you know, it's just sweet, it's vanillic and all that. No, it gives the almond, absolutely gorgeous almond note in here. Not only that, but it also gives you the cherry part of tonka bean as well. Of course, the vanillic tendencies, the powdery tendencies, all that good stuff. There is some warming, spicy qualities in this release. One of my favorites of all time. These two right here, two of my favorite gourmands of all time, right in front of me. Gorgeous 1-2 punch. Absolutely gorgeous. I would not go. These are absolute have to have in my collection. And thirdly, we're gonna go designer, and this is DHI. Dior Intense. And DHI is what really propels me on this one is that it's a great scent, but it really just is head and shoulders above as far as quality goes, and I absolutely love, if you know anything about me, I don't really care about the notes that you utilize, but if you're making quality, one of the best modern men's releases of all time right now. It's iris, it's ambery, it's so cozy. At one point I had 3 bottles of this stuff because I used to go away, then I'd be like, oh, I'm craving, I want some DHI, and I'd buy a bottle, I'd come back home, and I had 3 bottles of it. And I don't have 3 bottles of anything. I'm not a backup bottle type of guy. I'll get backup bottles of some of my favorites, especially when the original juice goes down very low to a critical phase. Then yeah, I'll get a backup bottle, but absolutely gorgeous. And this is, you know, the old school Deodorant Intense. I don't know what it smells like right now. They probably butchered it. I'm kind of scared to even smell the regular stuff. Now let's get into honorable mentions. We'll start it off with another tea-based scent. I'm going tea-based crazy here. This is Gucci Pour Homme 2. Gucci Pour Homme 2, oh, gorgeous. Tea, cinnamon, tobacco. It's ozonic, it's green, but it's heavily a tea-based fragrance. You can tell throughout the release. Tea for Two is my spicy tea in the niche realm. This is my spicy tea in the designer game, and sadly discontinued. Beautiful. Like, you could kill somebody with this bottle. It is heavy, it's dense, it's huge. I've had this for a very, very long time. Hugging a bottle, yes. You could bedtime scent, same thing, that could apply here as well. Next is from the brand of Xerjoff, and this is the old school Richwood bottles, back when they were, you know, not gifting bottles to everybody. Rose sandalwood based scent, a little bit of patch, a little bit of patchouli in here, but really the base of this is the sandalwood, and it is gorgeous. It is by far the best sandalwood in the Xerjoff collection. You can't even touch it. It is one of the best releases from the brand of Xerjoff. You can't even touch it. That and Xerjoff, those two, that's my 1-2 punch. Quality comes to mind when I'm smelling this fragrance. It's almost at that CEO, that first question, that would go in here. Richwood is just so elegant. The sandalwood is rich. It's beautiful. The rose, absolutely stunning. Like, all the notes in here are gorgeous. Richwood from Xerjoff. And then, of course, Uncle Serge. This is my new bottle of Chergui. I have a few bottles of Chergui. This is one of them. Oh, the complexity, the hay. Chergui was my very first Uncle Serge release. So my very first Uncle Serge back in 2009 when I purchased this. You know, I was on Base Notes kind of checking out niche brands, and I was this brand new YouTuber trying to get into the niche game. I was buying Creeds, I was buying Bond, number 9s, and, you know, I finally got Jubilation 25 from Amouage, and I was just like, whoa, this is niche. And then I started going, okay, Masque Ravageur, Chergui, that's my journey. And Chergui, one of my first loves in the niche game. I absolutely, and it was, and Base Notes, it was like this big thing. And this wasn't released in 2009, I believe. It was 2001, if I'm correct. But I never looked back. My very first Serge Lutens, and I have 24 now. I absolutely love Sheldrake's work. Chergui is still my personal favorite. There is some great compositions in that line, but this one just has a special place in my heart. Again, this could go into your hug in a bottle scent, of course, go-to bedtime scent. Even that CEO question, Chergui, just gorgeous, gorgeous scent. Now, some more honorable mentions. Let's go designer, and this one is Pure Malt from Mugler. The Amen DNA is by far one of the best in the cool weather, especially in the designer game. When it hits the right nose, it's absolute magic. Pure Malt was my 2009 baby here when I first started on YouTube. I started the hype on it on the tube, and I still love it now. So, true testament of when I love something, I usually don't let it go. It really is a special, special release. Sadly, for the brand of Mugler, not doing so well in the men's line. They just got rid of them all. Don't know what's happening there. Next is MFK. Can't go MFK. Can't go this question without an MFK. This is Ciel de Gomme. You can't do Hug in the Bottle without an MFK. And this is a highly sought after fragrance, but it's based upon Francis's signature ambery glow with some cinnamon and jasmine in it. The jasmine is absolutely gorgeous, but the obviously that amber is just to die for. Some say better than Grand Soir. I would put them side by side. They both have their unique takes, but this one is absolutely gorgeous. Like, if you love Grand Soir, I don't know, like, I know it's hard to find and you have to pay a pretty penny, but it's worth the research and it's worth trying to get it. I waited. I was very patient with this one, but finally got it in my collection recently in the past year or so. Beautiful one. Talking about rare, Iris Ganache from Guerlain. One of the best iris-based fragrances that I've put my nose on. Not readily available anymore, but one of the best irises in the game. When Guerlain does a really good fragrance, they just nail it. And this one right here, I got a bottle early of this release. I'm so happy. A fragrance YouTuber kind of just quit YouTube and said, "What do you want from my collection?" Bam! I was just this, and I absolutely love it. Not many noses can get their nose on this anymore, but what a great release from the House of Guerlain. And we're going to continue with that path with Angélique Noir right here. L'Art et la Matière, this line from Guerlain, absolutely, as you can tell, one of my favorites. They can't, especially the early line in these bottles, you almost can't go wrong, can't miss. The vanilla in this is to die for. It has some herbal touches, obviously Angelica. So it's just cozy, comforting, and basically ready for a hug. So there's my honorable mentions for that question. We're going to move on to question 4 now. And I know it's taken me a while. I'm sorry. Hopefully you're enjoying this content. At number 4, what is your secret weapon of mass seduction? Oh my, okay. Well, if you're thinking about it, okay, so if you go on a date, whatever, what would you wear? There's a lot of thinking behind it, but if I was not really thinking, and I would just go with my instincts of the ones that I felt are some of the best, Maurice Roussel's composition right here, Musc Ravageur by Frédéric Malle. Roussel is a magician with the note of lavender, but this one right here is, enough said, this thing is spicy, warming, musky. It's just so good. And this is still my original bottle from 2009-10 when I started getting into Chergui and that. And those years are some of the best years for me in niche. I killed it. Pat on the back. I got some really great scents. Unfortunately, I got the 50 ml, so this one is getting low. Mine's actually has an expiry date under here of 2014. It said it was fabricated in March of 2009. So she's well expired, but oh, is she not? What a beautiful, beautiful scent from Monsieur Maurice Roussel. Next is Homme Narguilé from, of course, Jean-Claude Elena, Hermès Essence. This is my most complimented of all time. It just apple pie in a bottle. There is no replacing this. I see that on YouTube. Get the clone, get this. No, don't get that Parfum de Marly that smells like this. No, stop. Elena killed it with this one. I got a back a bottle of this for good reason. It is my most complimentary, and it's one of those fragrances that I'll never go without. Homme Narguilé, absolute gorgeous fragrance from the brand of Hermès. Monsieur Elena, we kind of miss you with Hermès, but I know you're doing your thing elsewhere. And next is my third choice, which is Tonka Imperial. So this is my original bottle. You saw my new bottle. This is my original bottle. As you can see, it is very low. I'm not going to spray it because I'm conserving. And this is one of those things, only a frag head will know what I mean when I'm saying I'm conserving. That's why I bought a new bottle. Now I'm only going to wear this bottle, this formulation for really special occasions. Tonka Imperial is, obviously, if you're mentioning it twice in this list, it must be something really, really good. And it is. It's the best tonka bean I've ever smelt in my life. It's absolutely gorgeous. So let's go with our honorable mentions for Secret Weapon. Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Look how dark this juice is, by the way, compared to my new bottle. This is the old school. If you've never seen a old school Spiritueuse Double Vanille bottle, Gorgeous. One of the most beautiful bottles I've ever seen in my life. The best vanilla in the game. Yeah, it's its second mention on this list for good reason. If the girl likes vanilla, bingo. That one. Best. Next, Chergui. Second mention. This is my original bottle. As you can see, very dark juice. The original tag. Enough said. Chergui is in there, honorable mention. Let's go with another one that is second on this list. Again, it's second mention. This is, of course, DHI. Another one, and again, you know, hug in a bottle, mass seduction, kind of goes in the same realm here. My other one is Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. Yeah, really super hyped, but easy to wear. A great one from Tom Ford. It's just super approachable as a scent. Like, I absolutely love other ones as far as more daring ones. Amber Absolute, Tobacco Oud, among others. Plum Japonaise, another really, really good one from Tom Ford. But Tobacco Vanille is, again, that 2010 time frame where I started buying niche and high-end designers. Tobacco Vanille was in that list, and it has that special piece of my heart that I absolutely love that one. Let's go with MFK for another honorable mention. Grand Soir, this one right here. Well, we just spoke about Ciel de Gomme. This is, it needs its time to shine too. Grand Soir, absolutely gorgeous. And again, if the woman in your life that you're going to be dating or going out likes ambers, Grand Soir wins. And lastly, we're going to go a little more daring. This is Zing by L'Artisan Parfumeur. This one's a little animalic. Reminds some people of a horse stable. Lots of florals. It's got sweet toffee in it. Complexity through the roof. One of the best compositions from L'Artisan Parfumeur. I really miss the old school L'Artisan Parfumeur. Tea for Two, this, Timbuktu, all that. Hug in a bottle as well, but Zing, I haven't put much of a dent in it. I should wear it more often. An excellent, excellent release from L'Artisan. Next question. We're only at question 5. I'm going to start speeding it up a little bit. Too many honorable mentions, I know, but this is me in a bottle. 5. What is a fragrance that you never wear but you can't part with? Well, great question. One fragrance that I don't wear too often is this one. Again, we're going with Guerlain. This is 181 de Création. And this is a fragrance that was given to Guerlain, high-end clients for Guerlain. This was never a bottle that was being sold in stores. It was given to high-end clientele. I don't wear it often because it's a special piece. I can't buy this. And if I do, I go on eBay. It rarely shows up. And when it does, it's $800, $900, $1,000 more. That because there was only certain pieces given out. So I'm lucky to have a bottle. It is a piece in my collection that is exactly that, a piece. It really is. If I had to part with it, I could never get my hands back on it again. I would think. So a great, great release, and it's something I should wear more often. I've put in a small dent into it, but it's very much, again, another, it has the signature Guerlain in it, so it really reminds you of a lot of Guerlains, but excellent release. Not one of their best, honestly, but it's something that is just special to me. So it's a fragrance that I hardly wear, but I'm never going to part with just because of how important it is in my collection and how hard it is to find. So next question is, what is one of your favorite fragrances that you don't wear enough? And this is a true fraghead answer. And I'm not going to spray these because I'm conserving them. And that's the answer, is that I'm picking fragrances that I have to conserve. This is Pear and Olive from Slumber House. If you don't know Slumber House, where have you been? Beautiful. It's hard to be daring. Like, I love my daring scents in the winter and fall, right? I want heavy spices, give me animalics, give me, you know, syrupy ambers, tobacco, leather, smoky, whatever, right? Go crazy, go nuts. I love it. In the summer, everybody's wearing citruses. You can't really go crazy. This is one of those that's so artistic. And it's exactly what you say is what's in the bottle. It has one of the best pear notes that I've ever smelled in my life, and it's potent. It's gorgeous, but it also has this oily olive note. And maybe you think that, oh, that's kind of gross. It's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. It reminds me, the olive note kind of reminds me of something from Italy, but the pear, just the fruitiness, works so well together. Obviously, I'm down to my last drops. This is extremely hard to find now. There's not much juice left in here, so I'm in conserve mode right now with this particular fragrance. It makes my top 20 lists all the time for spring because it's so good. I wish it was regularly available from the brand of Slumber House, because I'd get probably a couple bottles now to back this one up, because it is the most daring, artistic summer spring release that I've ever smelt in my life. Pear and Olive from Slumber House. And number 2 is again from Guerlain. Look at this. Let's put them all together. This one right here is Gourmand Coquin, and I want to smell it first. Oh, the chocolate in here is absolutely gorgeous. So if you like chocolate, you like your gourmands, you like the House of Guerlain, this thing is coming back, by the way. But same as Pear and Olive, but not as bad right now, because I still have a good amount of juice. This one right here is the king of gourmands. Like, if you like your Tonka Imperial from Guerlain, you like your Spiritueuse Double Vanille, you like a lot of the Guerlain gourmands, you're gonna like this. Rum. And it has a rum note in here, and it's there. You can smell it. It's not one of those rum notes that you can't smell. It's there. Vanilla chocolate. It's a favorite of mine. You are going to get worn. That is something that I've always stated. I will always wear my favorites all the time. I'll get a backup bottle. I'll keep wearing it, right? My Spiritueuse got low. I bought a backup. Same with Tonka Imperial. I will wear them. So this question's kind of hard. Me, it's just conserving. That's all I'm in right now, and this one I kind of have to conserve a little bit. If you're discontinued, hard to find, you're going to go into that mode, especially if you're getting low. But I hear they're bringing a fragrance called Fève Gourmande to their L'Art et la Matière line, which I hear is the reincarnation of this particular release. Let's hope it's good. Let's hope it smells the same. We'll see. Guerlain, when they rebottle a fragrance, usually it's pretty spot on. Usually these type of fragrances you can get at the boutique in Paris. So this one right here, I still think it was available. It was only available there, and then you had to buy, you know, the beautiful bee bottles that they have, and it's an arm and a leg. So it's still available. So I think, you know, they'll do a good job with it, and it'll be readily available for us. So until then, and I hear it's already available. I might be wrong with that, but a good one of the best. If you like chocolate, you like rum, you like vanilla, that sounds good. Gourmand, crazy, beautiful fragrance from the House of Guerlain. Question 7, what is a fragrance that you love but everybody seems to hate? Okay, we got some powerhouses here. We got some animalics. Are you ready? You're probably not ready, but I am. Leather Oud from Ziar comes back. Too bold, too animalic, too much for a lot of people. I'm not going to spray that. I've already sprayed it. I want to conserve that juice. Next is T-Rex from Zoologist. And again, a brand I absolutely love, by the way, from my own backyard from Canada. Absolutely love it. Oh, it stained that paper, and that makes me happy. Too bold, too loud, too crazy. For me, just perfect. Oh yeah. This in a Canadian winter, winner. And my third choice is going to be MFK. This one discontinued. It is Absolu pour le soir. Let's smell it. This one right here. Animalic. Dirty, but sexy as a fragrance. For me, dirty sometimes correlates with sexy. Again, animalics don't go well. There's honey in here, there's cumin in here, and a lot of people don't like that. I believe in an interview, Francis K said they pulled Absolu pour le soir. It's discontinued because it just didn't sell. And the last year that they had it in store, he said worldwide they sold, get this, 6 bottles of this stuff. Shocking. I'm in very rare company here that absolutely loves this stuff. I love these 3 fragrances. I like them big and bold in these Canadian winters when it's minus 40 Celsius. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Piece of art right there, MFK. Next question, number 8. What's that question? What is a fragrance you would recommend for a beginner that wants to smell unique? Now, beginner, is this like, you know, like a baby? Well, what are we doing here? I'm going to go with somebody that's just is into fragrances, but just wants something more unique, right? That wants to smell unique, something different. Let's go with some designers. Let's go into some niche. And I kind of call them entry levels in a way. Kind of get your feet wet, but at the same time daring, right? Unique. The first one I'm going to name off from the designer realm is super cheap to get, and it is Encre Noire from Lalique. This is a gem. It makes my top 20 list, and it doesn't matter. Like, you can get this for 20 bucks. I don't care about the price. If you're artistic, well done. I will put you in a top list on my channel. Encre Noire, very much deserving of that. It is a vetiver-based fragrance. Vetiver is not for everybody, so it is not that vetiver is a unique note, but the way this is, it's dark, it's very rooty, and inky in a way. It smells like Sycamore from Chanel, which is way more expensive, and Sycamore has, they have their differences, but absolutely gorgeous vetiver. For 20 bucks, you cannot spend, you know, with tax and everything, let's say $30 more better than this release as a starter, we'll say. Next is not a starter fragrance, but I don't care. Gucci Guilty Absolute. Again, designer, of course. And Gucci Guilty was a lame line from Gucci. Like, it was horrible. Hated it. And then this thing came out. Nose behind this, Maurice. He has utilized this recipe in several other fragrances, and I know why. The smoke in this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. You will find niche fragrances 3 times the price of this with the same type of quality. It is absolutely, it's daring, yes, and it's unique. Like, if you're looking to smell unique in the men's game, fall, winter, approved, yes. Gorgeous, gorgeous release from the house of Gucci. And I don't say that often, but this one is really good. Now let's go niche. Some of my favorites, if you have a sweet tooth. This is New Harlem from Bond Number 9. I don't recommend Bond Number 9. Honestly, a lot of their fragrances, too expensive for what you get. Maurice Roussel made this, the same guy that made Musc Ravageur. This is his signature lavender, but this smells, you ready? Maple syrup. Like, authentic. Like, I'm from Canada, I know what I'm talking about. Maple syrup, coffee, waffles. Breakfast in a bottle. Oh, this is so... Some say you can get the same effect of this with Rocha Man because he made both fragrances. I don't think so. This is unique, and it is a great starter. This gets me as much compliments as Homme Narguilé from Hermes. No joke, it is top 3 at least. Don't wear too much of it. It gets a thick and syrupy, but and don't wear it as a signature scent. You'll get sick of it. But the way I wear it from time to time, every time you wear it, and it's been a while, oh, magic, especially in the winter. Next, I'm going to go with a freshie for niche, and this is Mr. James Healy's Mount Fresh. You have to put a Mr. before his name. Respect the man. He has the best mint-based fragrance in my hand here. And behind me, we have the best aquatic in the game called Sel Marin, if you're interested. Mount Fresh, I'm a mint guy, okay? A lot of people, transparent, invigorating, the best mint in the game. Being unique in the high heat, so challenging, but this one right here, best mint in the game. Like, nothing, like Geranium pour Monsieur Frédéric Malle's really good. I'll give props where props is due, but this is head over heels the best mint in the game. Now let's go with a couple more designers and I'll end it real quick. These are kind of honorable mentions because I have some darker designers. I want to recommend some warm weather ones. Roadster from Cartier. This is an absolutely gorgeous bottle, first of all. Very thick, heavy glass. Mint. Talking about mint, this is your mint for designer. This is your niche mint. This one's more of a thicker, greener mint. It has patchouli in the back end, so not as transparent as Mount Fresh. Mount Fresh, I can wear this in the high humid heat. It is one of the best in humidity as far as mint goes. This one's a little thicker. I wear this more in the spring. But you know, everybody around you is wearing citruses, right? Everybody's wearing the lemons and the oranges and the grapefruits and all that. And you want to be unique in the designer game. This is harder to find now. Still available at discounters and stuff like that. You just gotta search. Roadster is awesome. One of the best mints in the designer game. And then lastly, I'm not an aquatic guy, but let's talk about authenticity and let's talk about an aquatic. Bulgari's Aqua Put On. Now Aquamarine, that one had hype. This one, best aquatic you can get in the designer game, and it's the raindrop bottle. Love the raindrop bottles, even though they're kind of hard to collect because they take a lot of room. But this one, Bulgari Aqua, you smell more green than blue. You smell like you've gone scuba diving. The algae, the greens from the ocean, deep, deep ocean side. Absolutely gorgeous fragrance from the brand of Bulgari. Next question, number 9. Start moving these. Number 9. What is an overhyped fragrance that I currently own? Well, I am, if you don't know, I am a collector. I'm a fragrance reviewer, of course. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. So I purchase a lot, and not sponsored, by the way. But I do own stuff that's overhyped, like this stuff, right? Aventus. I own the newest one, right? Le Mal Elixir, another hype beast fragrance. I own them all. It's been hyped. Probably have it, a good chance. Most of them, I'll be honest, and here I am, you know, if you're new to my channel, not worth the hype. A lot of them are not worth the hype. I mean, really, I feel like fragrance is so personal. Stop, you know, I like for me, like when I do my videos, I try to give you ideas, and that's my, you know, I'm not an influencer. I'm kind of like a content creator that I want to do what the people before me have done, and that's just to give you ideas. You know, I'm not trying to push you the latest product, tell you it's the best, and then 6 months later you don't hear from me again on that certain product. Anybody that's been with me since 2009 when I first started my YouTube channel, this video tells you exactly. I've been, you know, I'm talking about the same products: Roadster, Encre Noire, Mount Fresh, Leather Oud. These New Harlem, these have been in my list for years. I'm not making things up. I'm not pushing a certain product. So that's the one thing, the takeaway. I own all these overhyped stuff that I currently own. I don't sell off stuff, so it's there. And yeah, they're just overhyped, and that's what I feel. I feel like this thing right here, super overhyped. Number 10, what fragrance is on the chopping block? They're not on the chopping block. I'm a collector, so I've never sold, and this is a fun fact if you don't know me, I've never sold one fragrance since I started this journey. Never switched. I've never made a trade. I'm always burning a hole in my wallet. I'm always buying, never selling. So that's question 10. Nothing's on the chopping block. There's a lot of them that are on the I don't want to wear chopping block, which means, you know, like Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage, Aventus. Like I'll wear Aventus from time to time. This stuff, I'll wear it from time to time, but it's not often. So I guess those are on the chopping block. What was the last fragrance I've purchased? I did a not a mega, but I made a little bit of a haul here. Anybody that doesn't know me knows that, or anybody that knows me on my channels, I blind buy a lot. I know my own taste. I've been in this game for so long. Brands, certain noses, certain notes. I'm always very much on the pulse of the fragrance community and what I know and what I want. So what was the last fragrances? I'm going to show you 5 because it's the theme of this video. I can't just show you one. So the first one is Interlude 53. I've smelt this, so it's not blind buy, but finally getting Interlude 53 to add to my Interlude Black Iris and my original Interlude. Amouage is one of my favorite brands. It doesn't really show in this video, honestly, which is kind of weird. Juby was the only one I've talked about, but I love Memoir Man. I love Epic Man. I love the brand of Amouage. I really do. So Amouage Interlude 53 is purchased. The next one I bought here is Shalimar Millésime Tonka. This is my very first Shalimar. And again, I'll go in the women's aisle. I personally, fragrances, notes are basically a personal thing. Fragrances to me, there's no gender. It's all about what your personal taste is and what your journey has been, right? There's certain notes in fragrances that bring me back to maybe something that I didn't like when I was a kid, and I just can't stand those type of fragrances. So like, just because it has florals in a fragrance doesn't mean it's feminine, and just because it has a lot of spices and woods doesn't mean it's masculine. I actually prefer women that wear darker scents. I'm more attracted to that than the fruity florals, honestly. So going back to Shalimar, this is my very first bottle. Like, I own a lot of Guerlains. They're right above my head here. I probably have 50, maybe more Guerlains. And you saw a lot of them that were in this video. Shalimar Millésime Tonka. I love Tonka Bean. I love what they've done with that note in the past. But this is my very first bottle of Shalimar at all. I want to collect the line. I have beautiful bottles, and I want to start with that one. So that one, I can't wait. That's a blind buy. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. The next one is Reflection 45. Again, another Amouage. Reflection, really nice. I got this on Facebook, another snag from me. So that's why it's not in cellophane or anything. Yeah, that was a blind buy as well. But Reflection, not really my favorite Amouage. A good one, but not, top 5 or anything. Possibly top 10. But I really wanted this Reflection 45. And I got a good deal because it was just a partial. Someone was splitting it, wanted to get rid of the bottle. Contacted me, they know I buy a lot. And I was like, you know what? Not really interested, but for the price you're asking, why not? Let's try it out. And hence, here we are. Next, from Hermes, I am trying to collect basically the whole Elena line. And I know this is not an Elena, but this is Galop. And again, this is in the female aisle. And this is, I believe, Nichelle's very first fragrance creation for the brand of Hermes. And this is another blind buy, Facebook purchase. Somebody just didn't like it. A leather-based fragrance. I love any leather-based fragrance from Hermes. I can't wait to delve into that one. I haven't smelt it. That dent is from the previous owner. I'm waiting to do a video on it, like an unboxing first impression, so I haven't sniffed it yet. I do have a lot of control because I don't unbox stuff. Anybody that knows me, I can hold on. And again, with a collection like this, it's a lot easier to control yourself in regards to unboxing stuff and go, oh, I need to. I have a lot of things to unbox, and I just wait for the YouTube channel, unbox one at a time, for the video, for the content, for the people out there. And lastly, from this mega haul is Al Oud L'Artisan Parfumeur. Again, L'Artisan has been peppered a lot in this. I really wanted the original bottle with this beautiful, beautiful bottle. Very much a daring scent, and I feel like that would fall into the, the fragrances that you love that other people won't. I'm very spicy fragrance. I really wanted this. I want Musk Kubla Khan, also from Serge Lutens. I'm still on the lookout for that one. But Al Oud right here, I wanted only that bottle. And any fragrance head knows, like, especially me, that when I'm saying I just want that bottle, I want that bottle. So I finally got it. Great price on it. Basically retail I paid for it, which right now, if you're going on eBay, this thing is probably 2-3 times the price, especially in that bottle. Hardly a dent. The previous owner did not like this. So his loss was my gain, but at the same time, he was a fan of the channel, so I got a great deal on Al Oud. So question number 12 is, what fragrance is on top of my wish list? And anybody that follows me on Fragrantica or Parfumo, base notes, I have wish lists on those, all different. There's no rhyme or reason. But anyway, on my wish list, I'll name 3 fragrances on top of my list. Right now, Jubilation, of course, Amouage is bringing out a new Jubilation called Jubilation 40 for their 40th anniversary. And that, obviously, 25 was a very special release for me. So 40 is definitely on the docket. I will be purchasing that. Next is a discontinued fragrance that I absolutely wanted, never got, never smelt it. Hardly goes on eBay, but it's called Zod from the House of Slumber House. And anybody that is a Slumber House fan knows how hard these fragrances are to find. This one is probably the hardest to find. Never smelled it, but Josh, the nose behind Slumber House, absolutely has done no wrong for me. It is a great, great house, but unfortunately it's hard to find his fragrances. And that was one that I really, really wanted. So I have wish lists of discontinued and hard to find fragrances that, you know, eventually never give up. That's one thing that you can learn from my journey on my YouTube channel. I've had several fragrances that are behind me here that I've been waiting, some of them for 12 plus years. Like that Al Oud bottle, ever since launch. I wanted it during launch, and then eventually they changed the bottle and I was like, oh. And then just my mind went somewhere else. I started buying other stuff, and then eventually that particular bottle is hard to find. And then you kind of lost out. Maybe, you know, that FOMO really hits me sometimes. And then of course third would be Purple Patchouli by Tom Ford. Again, a fragrance that I haven't smelt, but I'm a huge Tom Ford fan. If you see my Tom Ford collection up there, absolutely love the line. Purple Patchouli would kind of finish off some of the harder to find ones from the brand of Tom Ford. So those are on my wish list, but my wish list is hundreds to thousands of fragrances that I want to add. And lastly, what is my one fragrance for life? And when you pick this, I know this is just for fun. Like I could just pick like, I don't know, Tonka Imperial and end it. But I feel like I want to pick a fragrance that's timeless. I don't want to just pick some random thing that's hot right now, a 2023 release. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. What it would be for me would be this, where it all started. Le Mans. Even if they discontinue this thing, you know, 10 years down the road or whatnot, there's so much stock of this stuff that it will never run out. That's my sentiment in regards to this release. It's a sentimental pick personally because it started here and I'm going to finish with this one. If I go in financial ruins, I will sell everything that's worth anything, but my Le Mans bottle is hardly worth anything. I will hang on to it and possibly once I get back on my feet, purchase a new bottle of Le Mans. That's just, I think, is the smart idea, that it's just, you know, one fragrance for life. That's probably the one. Cheap, readily available, has been available for years upon years, decades. So it's an easy pick for me personally. So there you go, my super long-winded video. Hopefully you enjoyed and got some ideas out of it. That's the whole idea, you know. Not too many of you maybe want to get to know me. Well, that's, you know, when I'm doing videos over and over again of just one particular fragrance at a time, you kind of want to know your fragrance reviewer a little bit more, I guess, and my personal taste. And these are the cream of the crop. Like, I've left out a lot of great releases behind me, like tons of them. I could make this list 3 times over. And it would still be a magnificent list, at least in my personal opinion. It'd be a lot of 10 out of 10 fragrances. So there's a lot of great fragrances to share. So as far as this tag goes, I'm not going to tag any other creators. I don't want to put any pressure on anybody. I didn't really want to reach out to anybody, but definitely, if you're watching this, feel free to comment. You know, all these questions, they'll be in the description below, so you can tell me what your fragrances are. I absolutely love reading the comments in my comment section. I take the time and I do heart them. It does get overwhelming, you know, but at the same time, I absolutely love when you guys write in the comments below. So feel free. Any content creator that's watching this and hasn't done one or has done one and wants me to watch theirs, 100% go ahead and comment, go ahead and do one, tag me so I can watch you. Absolutely love it. I'd like to see more men do this tag actually. But at the end of the day, a great rapport fragrance will make a lasting impression. So choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.